Hey guys, good morning. Zombie Lich reporting in. Don't have that much energy last 2 days. Gotta go into probably shift schedule again. Suffering from that fatigue. Here with Karak Kadrin part 3. Fortnite turns in. This campaign has a rule where we can only be recruiting one unit at a time. So if you're recruiting a unit of Oran guns takes multiple turns. Then another multiple turns for another Oran gun. Probably use this house rule in combination with other house rules to make a challenging campaign. We got rid of the Red Ice and we got rid of the Sylvania, and this is pretty much Karakadin campaign. After that, you can just enter and you're gonna win. But we'll be playing a bit more.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the
Shit, Wizard,
hell?
don't you book a 13 pick me this early in the morning? Don't have, don't have. God damn it! Somebody queued this while the stream was off. Imagine using 100,000 channel points while stream is offline.
Hágase una mamá incontrible para ella.
That's good coffee. Yoo-hoo! So, got rid of the red ice. We got both provinces in the mountains here. Both are rebellious. And Sylvania had a big battle with Zubar and they lost everything. The usual, you know, useless shits. And we just taken all of Eastern Sylvania just like that. Zero challenge. Click, 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 click. Karak's and Dragon got us, so this is what it used to be. Don't even need proper armies anymore. But then again, dwarves, you know, unless it's full miners and gyro bombers, you know, you can win with your eyes closed. Oh man, there's plenty of time to get 100k. Yes, there is. Considering the patch will not gonna be alive for another probably 4 to 6 weeks. Ready. So I guess we're just gonna storm the vampires and just click, 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 like we're playing Endless Space 2. Very challenging game. This guy's taking attrition. It was because under 40. We got rid of their osmosis.
Oh my god!
It's
Have you
it's like
seen
we're
that
playing
shit?
Clicker Heroes. Oh,
Holy
nice. We
shit!
actually
What
got
the
kept the
hell?
tier 3 gold building here. Very nice. When we're stopping next, there's little no enemies really. Once the vampires die, the closest enemy is in Badlands or in Norska territories. Hell Pit and Black Crag, which you're not even supposed to fight, is the closest enemy. Arguil and Crooked Moon, they're just gonna die. Don't even need to go there. So pretty much Norska is our next enemy after we stabilize everything. But it might take 20 turns to stabilize. We can only get organ guns, so we should be doing that. It's pretty much early tier 4 for Dragonhof for us. So everything is going even a little bit too good. Let's just order tide. The minor factions of the Empire and Dwarves are superpowers. Sylvania is zero threat and that requires a miracle for anybody else to do something. Let's sort the money first, right? Money first. Wallenhof can actually have the farm for now. Do I even need I don't need growth to get this to tier 3. What about regarding units here? We do need guild workshops, royal guard, smithy and engineering. That's just perfect, and you just throw in the trade into the mix. But there's walls as well, so you don't need farm on tier 5 later, you get the walls instead. But we don't need the farm in the capital if we can get the farms in the other two, because we need the old recruit buildings in here instead. Yeah. On this thing stabilizes, we don't even need the replenishment that much really, so farm in Wallenhof could easily be barracks if we really wanna, you know, use more quarters. What's the situation with Zubar? It's like perfect time to confederate.
Aye. Let's hear what you have to say, will you? Nay.
They don't only wanna give us trade, which is bizarre. Even with distrust wars, because they have 108. It's probably because we have no resources.
Yes? Welcome, ancient allies.
Indeed.
Who called? The dwarves have come. I hope they have brought a few barrels of Buckmans with them.
On it.
Empire loves us because of technologies. Clan Nation is 11 settlements now. Oh, they'll definitely be busy with Karak. Wonder if they're gonna work together with Karak to fight the High King. Maybe they murder him, who knows. Yoo-hoo!
No, you failed.
Onward.
What can we get now here? We don't have any of these resources from trade, so we're gonna get them ourselves. Wanna get those items. 6,000, 6,100 shekels. Well, one thing is for sure, this thing here is useless. Let's have Dragonhof. Dragonhof is regular military. See, the only place to recruit here after that point is the Slayers on a higher tier. This place will be highly rebellious, and there's nothing really to do. Maybe we get a second lord so we can actually get some experience by then. Grimnir Rune Lord is pretty good. It's makes him a even better melee expert. This is going to rebel in a couple of turns. We can definitely start affording him now so he start getting experience. So we should start recruiting with Karak Crash, deal with this rebellion, and then send him to Castle Dragonhof.
Green Lord. Vengeful Green Lord.
Ever since they buffed both Valaya and Grimnir, almost doesn't matter which one you get on the main lord. They're both really good. That's how strong they are. It's like discipline deluxe.
What do you want?
Main role of the Dwarf Lord and the Rune Lord in the army is to tank. All dwarves supposed to be melee experts. And while they're tanking, range is just raining hellfire.
What?
Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna be getting guild workshops, a royal guard, smithy, and the engineering here. The only downside here is very expensive, but this place will be making money. We could start with the smithy, cause it will start to generate some more gold. I think we should keep the farm here for now, then we'll drop it later. Yeah, Waldenhof and Dreskenhof can keep the farm for now. We just have to finish up Sylvania here and then we can do whatever we want here. Unless an unethical war begins between dwarves and the Empire or dwarves and dwarves, there's like zero threats to us. We can do whatever we want. We can click enter in 50 turns and nothing would ever really bad happened. There's only one thing that could happen here that could cause bad things to happen if somehow Black Kraken clan Ashen destroy Karak. And then they still have to attack, destroy Zubar. Which is highly unlikely since Karak is broken. And they're probably gonna confederate Zubar before then. So the worst thing that can happen in this campaign, Karak confederated Zubar before us. That's the worst thing that can happen in this campaign right now.
It is time.
One day these things will be able to put on other units or will not take the slots here. Something has to change. Doesn't make no sense. And getting the engineer on turn 6 was nice. Look at this, he's already immortal.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
Kadrin creating units, you can only create one per turn. Lord counts for that. Well, we should definitely consider getting some trade. Keys of trade out is blocked. Zubar 1 is doable. We'll get dice here. Have Wars allied with Clan Morse yet? No, they have not. They actually went to war with Clan Ashen. But Empire and Dwarves should never be at war. That makes no sense. That is more broken than the Dwarves doing, out of control like this. Dwarves and Empires going to war makes no sense. They're the oldest that are pretty much working together to survive against the evil powers. What needs to happen, the evil powers have to be buffed to make Dwarves look small, and so they would need help. Dwarves fighting other Dwarves or Empire fighting Dwarves makes no sense. Empire will probably sooner fight other Empire than will they fight Dwarves.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
Americans.
My vows will be satisfied with this. The Slayer
Austin
in me
Marcus here.
seeks
Okay.
death.
Looks like they're in deep shit. There's another army raiding here.
Such a thing is impossible. I do.
Because Karak is under siege, we don't get the resources from Kislev to build stuff.
Approach us, friend, and make your...
Yeah. Dowry from another hold arrive. Be gone.
This is, there's a lot of times where, you
Aye.
think diplomacy don't make no
Let's hear
sense,
what you
but
have to-
in this case, it literally does not make any sense. Even to me, who played this diplomacy system for probably close to 15,000 hours since it was released in Rome 2. Because the fact is, it's over 100 relations and we have a military alliance and they're refusing trade. Absolutely makes no sense. So the only way to explain this is this trust wars enhances the gap between the strength ranks tenfold, and the fact we're not producing any resources really also makes it worse. But it should not matter in this case, because we're all the military allies. So this one does not make sense. This one should never be happening. This is basically just bad code. Needs to be patched. When you have a situation like this trade agreement should be green, not yellow, and they are refusing it, which just makes it even worse. Stuff like this needs to be fixed. There's one way going fixing diplomacy that makes no sense. Ring with honorable slayers, our ability is very high. Beg your pardon. Very high. And we are military allies. Is this distrust wars that is making things a little bit more difficult? You know why distrust wars exist? It exists so you can't just click confederate and steamroll with wars. But AI wars don't care about this, so it serves no purpose. The only purpose this serves is to kinda make annoying situations for the player. That's the only reason why this trust wars exist. It will not affect the AI, and it just causes annoying situations for the player that make no sense. We haven't caused any grief with these guys. I just told you guys, if anybody knows how this shit works, it's me. It's just this trust wars is just multiplied so many times, and it's hard to get treaties with them. But we have military alliance, you know. I guess it's not obvious to everybody in their heads, like this situation here. We've never done anything wrong to these guys in in Pepega words. So you understand, never done anything wrong to them. We have a military alliance, and they still refuse trade agreement on 111 trusted friends. Otherwise, this is just making a frustrating situation to the player. It makes no sense, and it should not work like this. This distrust wars can actually make Zuba declare war on you if if a chain of events happens. There's only two factors right now that remain why this guy don't want to give trade agreement, like I already explained, is the strength rank and the lack of trade goods. And this is extreme because that's a minimal factor in this situation because of the high relations and military alliance.
One rug.
The only way to explain this, it's bugged. Which brings me to an update that probably nobody will notice that fucked up the game. Queen and the Crown. Which pretty much almost was a patch like in Thrones of Britannia, those Shogun 2 boys that patching the game. That guy in their his fancy suits making everything just aggressive and makes no sense diplomacy, just to grieve the player. Half of those states in diplomacy stopped working. And only a few people even noticed. Nobody ever even complained about it. And now, 2 years later, it's like nothing happened. It's just, the game was this like this all the time, which it was not. Which brings us to the issue, people not paying attention to what's happening in the game and the everyday updates. But not everybody can pay attention. Not everybody dedicate their life to play the game, right? They're perfect excuse. But they still not comment. Maybe you trespassed. Maybe I am crazy, and it's all in my head.
Iron-willed.
I am Iron Fist. Some call me a king.
Now, the most exciting thing that's gonna be happening this campaign is to see if Clan Ashen and Black Karak will actually defeat Karak. I felt the earthquake this morning. I was sleeping, but I was dreaming about it. So yes and no. God damn these earthquakes, whatever the reason they're happening this much lately here.
The ancestors watch. For the High King.
Don't even have shields. They don't even have shields, these guys. And they are besieging a dwarf city.
The clans
No shields.
unite! The clans unite! Axes out, lads!
Our units are superior there, so we can just fight them off here.
For the ancestor gods! Longbeards! Dwarf warriors! Yes!
So what is their lord even? So Gracie, not one of them broken stat, what they call the Warlock Masters.
Ha! Bring them down!
So the angle here is not good. If we shoot from this side, should be fine.
Aye! Killers! Dull! Miners! Yes! For the colors and core! War of vengeance!
All good, all good. Settlement is I wanna say tier 3 because I see the Longbeards and the Thunders, but it's missing a tier 3 wall, so we don't have tier 3 gold yet. Still working on that economy.
For the High King!
those greenskin settlements with their bad crenellations. It's like the guys have no protection here. Factor like this is just making greenskin look really bad in a siege, especially in defense. Because the crenellations can absorb so much damage before they break. They can shoot from here. There's another city that has actually a good position to deploy like this, but I'm not really deployed here like before.
It is a reckoning! Kill them! Thunderers!
What are you guys talking about? Is it English?
Artillery ready! Thunderers!
I don't know how the AI does this. It's almost like they ignore the top half inch of the wall and they just shoot at the wall. So the player can't shoot like that.
Stop! Pain! Vengeance! Thunderers!
I really ought to fix this. You know, it's been an issue for 4 years now. The AI can do it, but the player can't do it.
Quarrelers!
It's a good spot to deploy if there's towers are coming from this area. General friendly fire as well. There are several big issues in sieges that have never been addressed, and this is one of them, for example. I feel like this is almost as bad as the gate bug, because this unit is supposed to have the best line of fire on the attackers. Man, look at this, they're shooting. One guy out of 80 guys is shooting. And you remember when the player is sending units here, they're even shooting through the wall with nearly all the shooters, and your guys just getting killed.
Longbeards! We'll guard it! We stay put!
How much AP the Colossus have? Should have 6.
Quarrelers!
Technology 7.
Belay bless our aim!
6 with Master of Crossbow 7. They can get even higher. They used to have 4 base, but they got buffed.
Thunderers!
So all with technology to get 7 AP, which is very strong in the garrison. Made our garrison even stronger when they bought warlords.
For the Karak's anchor! For Grimnir! Shoot! Longbeards! We demand blood! Aye, as ye command!
They're elevated here, but they're obstructed. So it has to be further from them. Yes, Scotty. What faction you gonna play?
Shoot! Quarrelers! For the Karak's anchor!
Sitting at the select skin as usual. Well, it's the best part of the game. Best part of the Total War. Picking a faction before all your hopes and dreams get crushed by various factors and bugs. But currently I tell you is that the mod now, when you click on a unit, there is manual fire mode or insert. You can also get this camera on a regular unit, but you can't control it unless it's a regular artillery. This is a feature that been in the game for nearly a decade. I think the first time this appeared was Shogun 2. You guys actually taking quite a bit of friendly fire there.
Thunderers!
And you see this thing here? This is how you know it's a bugged. See this? This is how you know it's bugged. This is just one of a dozen issues that has to be fixed in sieges. We can start getting more money here now. Belling in 2 turns, we'll finish them off next turn, so should recover a bit. It's highly rebellious for now. Corruption is just making it worse. Which is not really a bad thing.
Vengeful Rune Lord!
Not really a bad thing. What do we have here? 6 Graveyard, huh? 4 Blake Knights. They have no terror, so we're fine. This garrison is just ridiculous. You know, can you believe there was some Pepegas in the past that complained there are too many range units in this garrison? Not 1, not 2, but at least 3 Pepegas. And one of them was a streamer. Why are there so many range units in a garrison? Dwarves, even the range units are decent melee combatants.
Defiant and unbowed!
Shin Wizard is here, by the way, Grimnir is already special from the start. He has that pay-to-win armor. Or should I say, plot armor. Fun things, they can cause a mess for us if they just do a coordinated attack with all the knights and the floods at the same time. But if they could do that, they would have not had the crazy bonus in the first place.
Longbeards!
This is actually probably the worst spot for the guns here. You're gonna have to stay here because there's no time to move.
Moving out!
Let's
For the
see.
Karak's anchor! Yeah! Get moving! Go! Move! Charge! Go! Move! Thunderous!
Oh nice, they're going ahead with war guys, it's pretty good.
Advance! For the ancestors! Unbending!
They're trying to attack the hero, the lord. This would have worked, you know, if this was just some leash priest, but this is a Tain, melee expert god.
Quickly now!
Comparable survival to the lore master.
God! Strike the rules! Thumney! Yes! Yes!
And this is not a good spot, but they don't have terror, so it's fine.
I speak my lord's will!
They're gonna have to go a little bit down here, so we'll get the two wallies while they move. There's still not time to deploy anywhere else, because the garrison had an awkward reinforce.
Look! Killers! Anu! Longbeard! Pursuit! Thunderous! Pick your targets well! Iron will! Thunderous! For the ancestor gods! Fire on the foe! Thunderous! Cattle! Shoot the wattocks! To battle!
Clear their flanking units, then the guns can flank them, and it's easy.
For the High King! Yes! Yes!
I don't think we actually got the technology to improve damage on the Thunders yet.
The next kill is ours! Warlord! Charge! Shoot the wattocks!
Almost got rid of the flanking units. Then we're gonna flank them.
Yahweh missiles! For the ancestors! Grudge thrower! Anad! Shah! Let no one survive!
We have to get rid of that. The longbows can break with additional pressure.
They have wronged us! Longbeards! Kill them! Valia bless our aim! For the ancestor gods! Shah! Kill
Gonna
them!
go downhill now.
Warlord!
Put some pressure there, so then go through longbows. It's almost even if we don't help the longbeards between Graveguard and our regular longbeards.
Thunderous! Take aim! Kill hooks! Get 'em all! Range far! Range fast! Move!
This is fine.
I am strong. Pump those dwarven legs!
Firing.
Out!
This guy's need a little bit of help there.
Thunderous! Whirlers! Shoot the wattocks!
They're all the army losses. Thunder has just caused too much damage.
brothers!
They don't have enough leadership for fights like this.
Come on!
This is one of the also issues where the AI undead suck these days. Their units have below average leadership overall, which makes them worse now to resolve. And it's a factor with their effective health pool. Any more Fallout 4 today? Yes, later. Later today.
Lord of Clan Morgrim. Vengeful Rune Lord. Castle the runes. God. Armed and ready.
This corruption is clearing because there's no more osmosis, so this will stabilize. We have both farms, so I guess I'll get economy now. We don't care about the rebels here with tier 3. The reason you build this thing is you expect an attack. So trying to stabilize this would be just money waste on the tier 3 here. A couple of rebellions will pay for this wall. And it's getting stable now, the corruption is going away, so gonna be fine anyways. You can also still get plus 2 public order here, so it's even easier.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
We're trespassing here.
But the axe of Dark
I have military
Old
access with
The
all the
dwarves have
empire.
come.
You can also trade with these guys now as well. Huh? Nice.
Yes? By Sigma's will, come in peace.
They might not pay us 900.
So be it.
Got it.
And what can the Dawi do for you on this farm? No!
Ah, to die in battle. It is time.
How we cannot trade with Stirland? Yeah.
By Sigma's will, come in peace.
What the hell is this? We're hardly trading with them. I'm just blind. For a second I thought we had no trade here and then traded with them. Yeah. We get wine nation.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath. Aye, I'll move. Yes, for Slayer Keep.
Another is this one.
Very well. This may work.
I want to see a couple of Vargals, Griffas there.
Master of Runecraft. My anger burns bright.
The bad guys go for raid. Okay. We do need this here. And we do need the engineering. Even with both technology for growth, it still feel like it's too low. Iron Warden's Tankard is probably the best one to get because Dwarf characters are tanked first. And then if you have resources, Iron Warden Hammer to Gatekeeper Hammer. Gatekeeper Hammer is just better though. It has double slow. It does require marble though. So I guess for the time being we can consider getting one Iron Warden's Hammer. The one is require different resources.
Aye.
But a figure is nice, but for Ungrim, sure. But for Runesmith, Stains, other characters, double slow, and then the range just has perversions. This beats anything, because this is the dwarf lore hero role. Make sure the range kills everything. They improved the melee situation in the game, you know. I feel like nowadays with the extra experience on the AI, going like stuff like hammers or great weapons is such a try hard that it's, you know, it's just gonna make people cringe.
I am the Slayer.
They could fix this by removing the AI bonus to melee defense and some of the leadership bonus on the high difficulty. People still gonna be playing, doing, you know, pretty much what they're doing, except the melee will be a little bit more viable. And then you have the Ironbreaker versus other infantry dilemma, which is the main reason why they should do it in the first place. It just makes factions that don't have really strong melee units look really bad.
Lord of Clan Borgrim.
The melee works, you just need to go not an extra mile, but extra 10 miles to make it work. And some factions have it easier, you know, like Lisbon for example. Or the Chaos.
Drang them.
Survived? What? That's unfortunate, because now they're gonna get full strength next turn. Just bad RNG here.
Plan scheme is discordant.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
And what can the Dawi do for you on this
Goddamn
fine
Zubar
day?
superpower with them spamming so many units. Why are they spamming so many units? It's not like they haven't they have confederate somebody. It's got the Gumbat, right? Jesus.
I hope.
The axe thirsts for war. My axe thirsts for war. Lord.
Guys, you ready? Guys, ready? They outnumber Clan Ashen, which is double their size 2 times. 2 times. Dwarf minor faction, 5 fucking settlements against Clan Ashen, 11 settlements, over double their size. They outnumber them militarily over 2 times, and a third or even a half of the Skaven units are Skaven slaves, which dwarves don't even have. That's how broken dwarves are right now. They don't even want to give me trade agreement. How bugged this game is right now with the dwarves.
Won't happen.
Something broke months ago, and this just the spaghetti code has been evolving and making dwarves Disgusting. And you know what happens? You know what happens when Sylvania is gone and Zubar goes into fighting other people? Well, Karak just, grows super muscles, super powers. And the moment Karak confederates them, the whole game breaks. Because for some reason they can only recruit double armies. We have high elves, 80 settlements, 11 armies, dwarves, 35 settlements, 20 armies. And it's shocking that not more people are talking about this. Because, everybody's playing Order Tide, so no, it's not a thing to complain about. Now, the Empire is almost there as well, seemingly. They're overpowered but not broken as the dwarves. This all happened with the Emperor Undivided update, just make things worse. The Empire is there as well. They can also have over 10 armies with less settlements than possible. And they made the AI cap at 10 armies, and all of a sudden they broke the rules with the Empire and the dwarves regarding that. And they were trying to keep dwarves in check, but with half-assing all these updates, something broke and they missed something.
I grow restless.
But
Yes,
the shit has never been this bad with wars. It's just out of control. I have a feeling they're gonna be killing our rebellions here. And then what the fuck are we gonna be doing here?
What do you want? Casting the runes. Aye. If you say so, Beardling, master of runecraft.
No, I was on every time, Farak. It was maybe like 60-40. You can't say it was every time. It was like 60-40 here and 70-30 here. It was not every time. Probably just don't have people to test this shit properly past like 20 turns. So they're basically just, clicking buttons that makes no sense. But worst thing is, not only they have no people to test this, but they don't even actually any people that have any idea what they're doing because they suck at metagame, like most devs do. So it makes it even worse. Don't worry guys, I'll get new DLC soon and we'll be happy again for at least 4 weeks with new factions, right? Until we discover the dwarves are still just murdering everybody. This one is a big deal for outers only garrisons. Like I said, get your Kekvis ready. Because I think we're gonna need them when the update hits in 6 weeks. Hello, brother. Probably send the CA balance team to work on that new shooter, and the interns that have been working under them are now the ones that patch the game. We can joke about this thing all we want, we don't really know what's happening, but one thing is sure, they're making a FPS game and a card game, and Total War Troy, and they're at the same time making content for Warhammer 2. Three Kingdoms, they're making Warhammer 3 as well, and patching Warhammer 2 and Three Kingdoms at the same time. So they have really a lot of teams working under them. Not an indie company anymore.
Time to slay the Oathbreakers.
Yoo-hoo! This is actually really bad luck that they didn't get killed in that auto resolve.
What?
Yeah, the
Let us feast and drink.
if you go to their website, creativeassembly.com, you can see Three Kingdoms here.
Oh my god.
You can see some
Have you
Warhammer
seen
2.
that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
And then you can see FPS game. This is still 1st of April that nobody believes in. So the selling point Total War, you can see several things out of here, and then they put in the mix some new game nobody really cares about. If we, not happy about that, doing something like that or talking shit about it, then we're toxic. That's how it is. But they're making an FPS game, guys. I'm kid you not. CA is making an FPS game. Well, they're making work on Three Kingdoms, Troy, Warhammer 2, Warhammer 3, or must be a different team of Creative Assembly, right? Maybe the one that made the Alien Isolation is a different team. They didn't even say how it's called. So if you click on a CA website and you go to their games and look at this, on the top you have Alien Isolation, telling people that they actually did a good game, which is not Total War. And then you scroll a little bit down, taking FPS to a new frontier. It doesn't show any Total War here on clicking on their games, but Alien Isolation and a first-person shooter here. Creative Assembly team behind the critically acclaimed Alien Isolation and Halo Wars 2 are working on a brand new FPS IP. It's the biggest multi-platform project Creative Assembly have ever undertaken. This makes me wonder how many teams work there. This can be a Total War team, right? No, it's Creative Assembly. You can see Creative Assembly. This one is for the Make, right? So they have a team that doesn't work on Total War. They work on other things, like this new shooter game. And again, CA Games. It's almost like this is not the people who made Total War. Alien Isolation, some new shooter, and then you have a card game coming. but it's called Total War Elysium. So, on top, AAA shooter as a card game, and then you have Troy below. So this are the next 3 games: Troy, Total War Saga, Total War Elysium, and the shooter. Warhammer 3. You guys see Warhammer 3 anywhere? No Warhammer 3. Been 3 years. Well, it's obvious why they're doing a FPS and a card game. The player base on CA, the teenage player base, is non-existent. They literally have no teenager playing their games. It's so small that their corporate overlord said, make a game that we can sell to teens. It's the biggest market in the world after all. So they're trying to tap into that teen player base, making an FPS game and a card game. But yeah, they're making an FPS and a card game, and no news about Warhammer 3 on this website at all. The Gwen Killer. Usually the teenagers, when they get a little bit older and if they have brains that have been fried by these games, they start getting into strategy games, like early 20s. And some of them will even get into Total War. But until then, well, the CA is missing a lot of money, right? I mean, Sega.
Yes. Aye, but the axe of Dargo demands blood.
Oh, you'll be surprised how much kids spend into Fortnite these days, Frosty. Man, Dave probably could have bought 3 Warhammers in the last 2 years, how much he spent on Fortnite. His peers in the school, probably even more.
What?
They're just not interested in this type of games until they get older. That's just how it is.
Ah, to die in battle. Beards in belts. Very well. This may work.
Let's hope they're not gonna be killing our rebels here. Rich streamer uncle. Oh man. Even if they spend like $30 a month, there's still hundreds of dollars a year. But yeah, they're definitely spoiled.
I must fulfill my.
It's like what happens when family's only one kid, that they spoil him.
Rune, Ricky. Anad.
But when all your friends in the school, your peers in the school, are getting that same shit, and then, just peer pressure. You gotta get into it yourself. Then they just pressure their parents at home. It's all that mentality. Looks like we're not even gonna get the rebels here. God damn, man. Zubar, fuck off.
For the wisdom of
Hold on, they
the
raised this city. Ah, it's under siege. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 armies. Zubara. We don't want to get the rebels, you know.
Ready? Yes, my oath is intact. My vows will be satisfied with this.
Armed and ready, casting the runes.
This one doesn't have the engineer.
Oh my
If you
god.
say so,
Have you
Beardling.
seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
It's like it's the Bell Pass thing that makes those free-to-play games make so much money.
To war.
Even the Gwent got a Battle Pass thing lately, and a lot of people are saying it's the best thing that happened to Gwent. Free-to-play games make a lot of money with this type of thing.
One rag.
And you've been wondering why would you wanna spend money in a free-to-play game? And then you've been wondering why the fuck you care what other people spend money on, right? In the second place, but people gonna buy what they want, and certain games will just attract more people or different kinds of people. They have to, pay for the game somehow.
Iron-willed.
I spend very little money on games. Pretty much my highest expense is Gwent. I don't really buy, every AAA game that gets released. I could get pretty much every single one for free almost, being a streamer, but I don't even care about these games, why would I buy them in the first place? I'm really picky about my games.
What the hell?
Spending money on the things I want, right here with you, big guy.
Thank you, Mechanis. I'll make sure I'll give it to my nephew so he can spend on Fortnite. I'm just kidding. He hasn't bought anything in Fortnite in like 3 or 4 months. He's been into collecting Doctor Who DVDs, Blu-rays instead. And my parents, his parents are trying to limit this as well. So only when he's doing good in skill, he can get some. But I did spend probably over $100 last year on my nephew. Roblox, Fortnite, and some games.
Greetings. You no doubt have a request. I'll hear it now.
Well, I have no idea what it is, really. What the heck? How the fuck these guys get here?
No! Tribal fury!
So they went through the war zone here, through 2 major cities. The faction is rank 11, and somehow they brought an army all the way here. I call that bullshit.
Honor to your ancestors. Not likely.
I grow restless.
The council is disappointed.
I hope.
Yeah, this place will just the Zubar will be killing rebellions. You're not gonna get any rebellions there.
I'll cast the runes. I'm leaving. What?
This is unbelievable. How do you go through Prague and Kislev? They must have somehow sneaked around while Kislev was busy. Yeah, I'll be building up this. Right now it's pretty much just chill. This campaign is like just gonna be clicking buttons. That's how it is Kadrin in the current state of the game. Something drastic has to happen, which is unlikely that for us to do pretty much any other thing here. So it's an interesting thing that a lot of people, you know, that play some of these free-to-play games, which, you know, it's their choice, would you know, rather spend you know, $30, $40, $50 in that game a month, and would like consider playing another game or buy another game, which might even be a, you know, better game kappa or a higher quality stuff. It's, you know, it's what it is. It's, you can't tell people what to do with their money, or can't tell people what to do. That's just the thing, you know. People are gonna do what they want. I'd rather spend $60 in Gwent on a new expansion than buy some AAA game I won't care more for than one day. Of course, there is some AAA games I will care about, and I will play, like Cyberpunk, for example. So I'm gonna play that and I'm gonna buy it, but 9 out of 10, man, just give a shit.
The Slayer in me
I'm gonna
seeks
support
death.
Gwent and I'm gonna play that. I'm playing Gwent every single day, nearly every single day. Fallout 4. Well, shit was I did play Fallout 4 for really 400 hours, so. I have a weakness with Bethesda games, so I'm gonna keep buying, you know, their single-player games in those universes, even if they're gonna be, you know, somewhat, you know, for, you know, worse.
I do.
But are we getting any better in Gwent? I don't even really care about the competition in Gwent. You know, I'm playing Gwent, you know, to pass the time, have some fun in the Norwegian universe, and collect things. It's a collectible card game. Care more about this than any competitional multiplayer aspect of it, really.
Anad. Seek our doom.
A step too far. Can I help you?
I feel like a lot of people don't even care about you know, the competitive PP side of Gwent. They just, you know, play Gwent because it's Witcher universe. It's beautiful card art, sounds, music, and just playing, you know, to have fun, collect things in the game. Just after all, it's a collectible card game. Over 90% of the player base will just be there, you know, to have fun. Not even try to get into, you know, competition of it. We'll get tier 4 units on Kessel Kisselhof. Just need to wait for the money. This campaign is such a weird spot because of the state of the game, it's unreal. Unless you force yourself to go fight and expand with the Empire, which makes no sense. It's like
some call me a king. You are welcome.
there's very limited things to do this campaign.
I am Iron Fist. Some call me a king. You are welcome here.
I have mixed feelings about Fallout 4, but I still do enjoy exploring around, you know, getting experience, building character. The atmosphere is pretty good. Shame that the other things are not good in the game. It's an okay game to pass some time. Like this is like all I want to do this days when they patch this game. Pass some time without, you know, falling into depression or something, you know, from boredom. It's easier for me to go to a game I already played before than just start you know, playing a new game which I might not even like. And then you have to buy those games as well, so, you know, it even makes it even worse. Because probably I'm not gonna play them more than a few hours because I will lose interest fast.
To war.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit.
Hey, Zona Smite. Thank you for King Sport.
I must fulfill my Slayer. Yes, for Slayer King.
Yesterday I spent like 3 hours, about 3 hours on Netflix and HBO Go trying to, you know, find a show to watch or movie. And just couldn't find anything. Then I ended up playing some more Fallout 4 off stream instead. I get this state of mind a couple times a year, like 2 or 3 times a year. It's like just nothing really works. You have to snap out of it eventually. Lasts usually like a couple of weeks. Especially happens when like when, you know, like there's nothing really going on. I'm not to say that there are not good content on those two providers, but just nothing really interests me right now. I could play like Warhammer 2 right now because it's become to me like almost like breathing. So it at least passes some time. Watch Game of Thrones. I've seen everything but the last season more than once. This happens like 2 or 3 times a year and lasts like 2 or 3 weeks each time.
am the Slayer King. I'm not gonna die standing here. Very
We
well.
can catch them here.
This may work.
I'm not even sure why we're wasting time on them.
Rune Lord. Vengeful Rune Lord.
This is how I always was, even before I started streaming.
I hope.
Just how it is. Come back, you know, when you speak English. It's an English channel. No moon language allowed here, unless it's Beast Mambo Jumbo. English. You speak it.
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Now why?
Ah, to die in battle. Attack them!
Okay. Is it 3 red? Oh man. I'm gonna click 3 red. Memory serves me right.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
Still not a goldfish. Still got it. It's how it's, you know, how it is, you know.
Clan Morgrim.
You've been browsing Netflix for the past hour to find something to watch. Is play Chaos Dwarfs fun? There's no Chaos Dwarfs in the game yet.
Ready.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Honor to your ancestors. No reason for it.
All here are honored dwarfkin. Yes.
Red, come, kin. Let us feast and drink. All right.
This makes no sense. No sense whatsoever.
I grow restless.
What you guys playing these days? What you been enjoying? Been enjoying yourselves or just also passing the time?
Onward? Yes, my oath is intact.
Bannerlord, or Private Service, Skyrim, BB, and Total War. Omen has been playing Imperator Rome. How's that for you, Omen? Talcus is playing Bannerlord. John Fire playing Satisfactory. Is that a build game? Jean Philippe playing Fallout 76. Played for like 3-4 hours in lunch and never touched it, but it's actually fun now. Yeah, it looks that way. Started another Hollow Knight playthrough. Hollow Knight, is that a platformer? Surviving Mars. This says booted up Dawn War 2 the other day doing a playthrough of the campaign. Storm Knight says got really tired of Warhammer 2, the gameplay got still off 2k hours. Yeah, it's best time to take a break right now. Wait for the patch. Dagman is playing Bannerlord even though I'm angry that I need to restart every week, so I play some Anno 1800 too. How's Anno 1800 for you? Lord Dragon, not much really, just bouncing between games without purpose. Peeper Pants. Now is playing Lego Worlds Almost Master Builder. Kappa. Ellen Pride playing Overwatch, Valorant, revisiting Planetary Annihilation. Shooters. Omen says just another Paradox games if you like it. I actually refunded that game. It was really boring. 6 doors on a sedan RPG called Grim Dawn. After a while, finally getting the hang of it. I'm not sure what that means, Boots in Rapier. Red Dragon Head, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Shylock Wood, I've been playing C5 a lot recently. I don't know if I'm enjoying it, but I played it so much. I mean, the game of C5 is always sounds good. Make is. Omen asks, have I ever played The Witcher 3? Yes. I did a full run of Witcher 3 back in 2016. Nearly 200 hours. There is not a recording of it because we're not putting stuff on YouTube at the time. I wanted to replay it, but I changed my mind. Borderlands 3 new content just dropped. How different is Borderlands 3 compared to Borderlands 1? Because I did play a lot of Borderlands 1, a lot. I mean, 60 something hours. Just for the achievements. Razir says I've been playing Hearts of Iron 4 for a bit, but it's pretty fun, even if I don't really understand it yet. Yeah. Paradox games have like a long learning curve. God of War MTG has a new set out, so I've been playing that a bit. I've been dying for a new expansion in Gwent. It's been 4 months now since the last expansion, so there might not be another one probably. I think they're gonna boot only 2 expansions this year. Whole Night is a lot of fun. I don't even know what the hell that thing is. It looks like a platform game to me. I hate platform games. Metroidvania, Souls-like platformer, difficult 2D. So what does this mean, this word? What does this word mean? It looks like a platformer to me. 97% positive, damn. It's impressive. That's not a game I would ever play, but you know, different tastes, right? Shirisa says, I've been grinding in Age of Barbarian. Or what you been grinding? Muscles on your right hand or your ox? Celot is a Mortal Kombat 11, Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, Skyrim, and for King. What the hell? Look at this madman, guys. He's playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different games at the same time. Jesus. Inafirma says, Anno 1800 co-op with a friend or watch U4. Archmagnus, we've been playing Skyrim with historical looking weapons and armor. No more useless leather armor. Ghost out with Kenshi. You might enjoy Andrel. It is a Skyrim mod by its own Steam page and installed separately, so free. I actually tried that. I don't know why I stopped playing that one. Kenshi is very good. I can recommend that. I've seen some of it. Metroidvania means Castlevania on Metroid. English. A while since Slay the Spire. I like. Yeah, been a while since Slay the Spire. I kind of lost interest in that game. Scott says Diablo 2 now Total War again. PoE at beginning of quarantine. Can't go out, hands up. Aram Delete says, seems I'm the only one trying some time in ESO right now. Elder Scrolls Online. I kinda lost interest in Slay the Spire. I will definitely be doing Outer Worlds play through this year. Archmagnets. It's definitely happening this year, I'm not sure when. Will be evil and mean.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the
Madrid
hell?
PoE here, 2 all league made over 100x first time ever. Nice, guts. I installed PoE. I was having serious lags in because since Corona started, the servers are acting real weird. Crashes, freezes in the in Delve and just dying all the time. Space Engineering and Legend in my first spare time for me. There's this game I probably gonna be try probably even after this campaign. I already installed it. You guys seen my Legend of Grimrock playthrough? It's the similar style, just steampunk dungeon crawler. If you're into Legend of Grimrock or dungeon crawlers, it's currently on sale 60%. I'll be streaming this game. It looks pretty good. So this is probably gonna be after Karak. Now is the time to get it, because it's on sale another 4 days. If you guys need this type of games, sponsored by Shit Wizard. Can't wait to see Alex murder Parvati. Do we have to Shit Wizard? Let's see if we actually get trade now. We get wine here. If only you could space her and watch her float off and laugh at her. Shit Wizard, why so mean? She's a nice girl. Why you have to be so mean? What is my favorite subject at school? Math and geography and history, I guess. But probably the last year of school, that history on. Wasn't really a good student in my elementary school. Was really bored. But the last few years of school, I guess those three.
Aye, but the axe of Dargo
I was a
demands
kind of really bad student until I guess it's like high school, to say professional school, what you gonna call it. Even lost interest in that later. Everything feels so boring.
onward to death. My vows will be satisfied with this.
This campaign feels so weird, guys. This is so weird. This is so fucking weird, this campaign.
What do you want?
It's a fucked up situation with the set of the game that makes this campaign feel so weird. This feels like we're playing some kind of bad mod here.
Armed and ready. My anger burns bright.
But you know, go on full chaos wars and attack good faction, but why? This shit makes no sense to me. You're not playing one of them campaigns with that style. This is like the worst, the even worse thing. You know, you have to shoot yourself in the foot a couple of times to actually get some excitement. This is a time where you know you have to stop playing the game and go do something else. They didn't start this campaign like that, you know, so it makes no sense to switch right now. So it's even worse.
I
For the wisdom of Valea, the axe thirsts for war.
We need to make something regarding the rules. Regarding the rules in future of these campaigns, because this is so messed up. It's like basically what people are saying: go to war with dwarves and the Empire every campaign. That's what you guys are saying. We've already done that in several campaigns. It's like it's just boring set of game. That's what you're saying, guys. Go with war with Empire and dwarves every campaign, and it's even worse. Unless you make a setup for such a campaign already from, you know, before we start the campaign, it kind of feel pointless to shoot yourself in the foot during the, you know, all the campaign in progress. then it turns into a grinder. I mean, guys, you've seen my Crooked Moon campaign. We've been fighting off Empire and we destroyed the Dwarves. Even one of the worst factions in the game. You don't think we can do this with wars? That just makes no sense to me. Crooked Moon campaign just got overwhelmed by when the High Elves arrived. The Empire and the Dwarves, you know, were just a grinder. When the High Elves arrived, it was over. But we were pretty much one settlement away from a close, short campaign victory, which was not the goal of that campaign. So it makes sense to keep playing like that. Vampire's dead, yeah, we just click, they died. We didn't even need anything special to defeat the vampires, they just got bullied. Saying this right, the AI is just incompetent to kill you fast enough. Okay, we got it. Okay. And that's how you play Winter campaign here right now, boys. That's how you do it. We'll play the song and we'll be back. Yeah, pretty much.
I am the Slayer King.
Now it's time you know, wait for the update, you know, but update is so far away. It's not like that we need to do something different here. We needed an update. We need to let that little bit spark again to, you know, to make the game exciting again. Because right now we are almost at the point where I'm almost forcing myself to play it, and I don't wanna play the game if I have to force myself to play it. It's just like really bad situation to play the game right now, unless you play a couple of other factions. We could do a campaign in Eye of the Vortex, but if it's come to that, consider playing Eye of the Vortex, because we're bored and waiting for the update. You see that shit, wizard? You hear what I just said? There'll be again exciting times in Warhammer 2, but it's just not right now. We just click buttons. I'll make sure we're gonna have a good special campaign at the start of next month. And I'll add more rules to the Emperor campaign, the Reichland campaign. Which I'm not sure when we're gonna play. And make sure when the update hits, the new 2 master campaigns gonna be exciting as well. Factions we don't usually play. And no, fuck off with Norska. It's not gonna be Norska. It's gonna be shit like Cockroach or the Khalifa or shit like that.
Got then.
What do you want?
Reichland is, I think, M32. I really need to add more rules to it. Because these master campaigns have to be a little bit more difficult. Because it's not the fault of the currently of these campaigns. It's just the state of the game is just makes these campaigns too easy. It's the state of the game is just crushing any enthusiasm for the game right now. I'm bored. Yes. I'm bored of, for sure. We need a break until the update, but I don't know what else to play right now. It's even worse. Guess playing Doki Doki on the update. Somebody time him out.
Greetings. You no doubt have a request. I'll hear it now.
I feel like the moment we finished that Chaos campaign was like the height of you know, burnout for the current state of the game. We reached the limit there when we finished this campaign. But if the unicorn is so far away, and I don't know what to do until then. We definitely reached the height of burned out in the current state of the game with this campaign. When we destroyed everybody in the world.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
We did Doom 2016. If you missed it, check it on YouTube. It was okay for the first half, then I got bored in the second half, but I still finished it. When is Resident Evil 2 playthrough? I'm thinking between Resident Evil 2 and the Hellblade on my birthday. In about 6 weeks.
One rag.
Just in time for the patch. Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 armies. Super. Karak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 armies. You're telling me Zubar has more armies than the High King? Confederate twice? Apparently not. They have some army somewhere else as well. Oh boy. Well, thank you, Jenga. Just received the X4 boys, so now I'm gonna have to install it. I don't worry, I will be clicking buttons here and complaining about this campaign as well. Don't feel like right now finishing this campaign after the Hammer campaign. We can just like, yeah, it's over, it's over, it's over. But you know, people who really know it, they know what's happening here. You know, it's like the same shit again. Can you refund gifts? We'll try that out one of these days. Taking Jenga. What is the best dwarf army composition in campaign? Lord, Master Engineer, Runesmith, and a combination of Iron Breakers, Scoreless, and/or Thunderers and Organ Guns.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
It's your man the month. Aha. Your man the month. Okay. So you're requesting X4? Well, if you're gonna request X4, we can do it tomorrow. So we'll do it at least one stream, if not more.
To war.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
Well, man and the months are welcome, so I'm installing it. Yeah, Jenga has one man in the month request. He's using it on X4. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? Cyril, are you here? He isn't. Yeah.
Master of Runecraft.
Moving.
Armed and ready.
Onward.
Double barrel, huh?
It is time.
Oh, we have just the guy for this. What?
My anger burns.
Aye.
Can I help you?
Yes.
It's some items have a bug. If they're equipped, you cannot put them on another character. It's an old thing.
Ready.
Yes.
$285 old gold. More, we can get more hammers.
grow restless.
I do.
I am the...
You're exactly free here. It's free because of all the effects. 100%. Did the Zuber ask for a trade agreement when we got the wine? Oh man, I totally lost track. We had to actually check for that. Was the Zuber requested trade the moment we got wine, right? So we had the second resource. Well, second resource, third resource if we don't count a beer not having a resource building, proper resource building. I mean, this counts as well, but it's not enough resource. Almost gold. I think when we got the fourth resource, they gave us trade agreement again.
And what
This
can
hasn't
the
changed
do
much
for you
either.
on this?
Rune Ricky. Vengeful Rune Lord. Lord of Clan Morgrim.
So what difficulty should I be starting with? What do you mean, in Warhammer 2? Did you play any Total War before? Your first Total War game? Go with normal. Go with normal until you learn more. You probably not, you're gonna be learning, so normal. You don't want to encounter resistance while learning.
Master of Runecraft.
Forwards!
My anger burns bright. Iron will.
These days, the best faction to get into the game is Itza. It's very hard. My first campaign, I regretted hair loss. Yeah. In such games, if you're new to them, if you don't know, what they're about, also, for the learning process, which they all have, you don't want to really encounter resistance while you're learning. So normal or hard, or even easy. But keep in mind that some factions are much harder than the other ones.
What?
Greetings, manlings. Are you ready to slaughter the enemy? Welcome to my throng.
Makes me wonder what they need to do for Karak to actually be an interesting campaign. I guess maybe if they expand this area to the east like they did here. We do expect this to have provinces. Maybe Azak starting here. And like 2 more Greenskin faction here, Karak would be way more interesting. Military Medic have a question. If you have a military alliance, can you still confederate with people of your own race? Yes, of course. The military alliance will actually help it. But keep in mind, there are various factors which makes a faction want to confederate or not. Usually the main factor for them to not confederate is their military power. And then the amount of enemies they have. Keep in mind, the moment they lose 1 or 2 battles, they might be exposed to confederation as they get more enemies. And that is the, you know, the RNG factor which influences all of it. A short campaign this week, I don't know. I have to wait for Arcane. That's a lot of enter. Probably like 10 hours of clicking enter. Unless we confederate to the dwarves.
Yes.
Yoo-hoo.
What?
Welcome, oldest friends of the Empire.
Landmother has 1 settlement, we are not at war with them. You just beeline here with our military and just take it down, and just beeline on the World Walkers and take them down as well. Then we just have to enter and wait for the Arcane to get bullied by Empire, and we win the campaign.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
So let's get some better units so we get north before we go north. At least I have you guys here in the Twitch chat making it interesting. But I'm warning you guys, if you continue to watch this campaign, you're gonna fall into a coma.
To die in battle. I grow restless. The Slayer in me seeks.
Remember you saying something about a potential Nagar campaign that would be exciting? Yes, they would. It's tied to a sub goal. You know, keeping Elich fed and the bills paid. It's an extreme campaign.
I'm the Slayer King.
Now, Element Pride, if you missed any of the Dark Elf campaigns, they're all on YouTube. Every single one of them. Even the scary hard one kappa, the Hag Grief. Which we just played 70 turns.
To die in battle.
Will not be enough units there, right?
And what can the Dawi do?
Ready. It is good to see our allies of the mountain.
I'm not even sure anybody saw Norska. They're all still separated.
What? Friendship is more valuable than gold, or so they tell me.
They tell me too.
Indeed.
Yes, were it not for the kind heart of the Lady Ariel, you would already be dead.
Get Oren guns here.
One rag. Yes, for Slayer Cape.
Love it, you know, the elves talking shit about dwarves with dwarves have artillery. So they can just keep talking shit.
Welcome, friends of the Dawi.
We didn't meet Clan Morse. We didn't meet Clan Morse. I wanna declare war on Clan Morse before the Togri makes an alliance with them. We got a grudge from that guy. Oh shit.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
Getting taints in 4 turns. Oscar could expand quite a bit, and then we just have to, you know, move to Norska to finish them off. When you think about it, this campaign is not that far from the cockroach. I said it. Not that far from Cockroach in the current state of the game. But there's still dwarves, you know, so they're, you know, still somewhat fun. But not that far from the Cockroach.
I grow restless. The Slayer in me seeks death. I am the Slayer King.
Made it, my face was like some kind of smile and cringe mixed together when I said that.
Anad.
This is basically, boys, the gameplay of Endless Space 2. You just click buttons and the game ends. You win. No matter what you do.
Onward. To war.
You know, if somebody told me that this campaign would have turned into a, you know, role-playing an AI Karak Kadrin, I would have not even put this on a milestone goal. But I'm not too sure what the fuck have I expected, man. The vampires are so goddamn useless. Shit faction as the AI.
One rag. Very well. This may work. Ah, Targaryen battle.
In 2.5 hours and I haven't even finished my coffee yet. Shit Wizard is totally right there. Trying to, you know, allure you with this these systems which, you know, just look good for the player. And the game looks pretty. The soundtrack is amazing. But I'm not even gonna go there. Just leave it at that.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath. Aye, but the axe of Dargo demands blood.
He started doing some iron breaks in 2 turns.
It is time. I grow restless.
Six untainted and 20% ward save when fighting wars of Chaos Notice and Basement. Very nice item.
Aye.
Well, people have been saying this area here is Warhammer 3. But I think this area here is what's left of Warhammer 2. And then, since they improved the turns, they might expand the map a little bit more south and far more to the east. So like this area here and here. I'd like to see Nagaroth and Lastria have actually coast on the west side. It doesn't feel right like this. Maybe even put more water here and here so Ilton is a little bit further. Now the amount of time they've been taking, which is now what, 3 years already, or if more, not more. Well, at this point I'm expecting a globe. They're gonna be able to move around like it's a globe. But you know, don't know what they've been doing for 3 years. Making cooking contests. Kappa. Who knows what's gonna be happening? We can just, you know, meme about this all we want, but it's been 3 years. 3 years, 5 months, 4 years since Warhammer 1 got released. Now we can, you know, we can just fool around about these things as much as we want. Who knows what they're doing? Well, we do know that CA is making a card game and a shooter game. That's what we know, and we know they are making Troy and currently failing to patch 3 Kingdoms. While you know, we're waiting for Warhammer 2 update.
Yes.
It's not Warhammer 3 card game, it's gonna be a Total War card game. It's like, it looks like it's gonna have all Total Wars in it.
I am the Slayer King.
I do hope that shooter game they make is not gonna be a fail and just flare them out for 3 weeks like all these shooter games seem to be. But, you know, yeah, I would like to see more water, really. Now that I added more land here, this amount of water here is actually looking pretty bad. There has to be a little bit more water in this area.
The Slayer in me seeks death. I must fulfill my Slayer oath. Ah, to die in battle.
Yoo-hoo!
Greetings, manlings. Are you ready to slaughter the enemy?
Just Grungy and the builders and the characters on Ungrim. Got excited, a new Ghost in the Shell cartoon on Netflix until I realized it was not rated MA. Nobody seems to die. I don't know, I fuck know what that is about, but I've seen some of the movie just for the Scarlet.
I am the Slayer King. Ready.
You can start a slowly recruiting now. It's weird, Colonel, because there's that TV, that another one that's called Sex, Death and Robots, which is real damn good. Some of those episodes are perfection, and then they, you know, go that other route again. You know, family friendly, you know, more viewer base, right? You guys seen Sex, Death and Robots? There's a couple of episodes in there is like mind-boggling.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
Haven't seen that one on Netflix, highly recommend.
I am Iron Fist. Some call me a king.
You heavy metal?
Well,
Yeah. Those guys had balls making making those times.
what?
Recruiting an Iron Breaker. They played that in the movies going along, it's crazy. Saw it on VHS.
One rag.
When you boys reckon we getting new Warhammer DLC news next month? So they said May. News will be in May. They know that people are starved for new content. So hopefully it's not gonna be the last week of May. I honestly, guys, don't expect new update before June. I just don't see it before June. This Corona crisis made things worse for this drought in Warhammer 2. End of early game, turn 70. We can get a 10 right now because they're cloning Iron Breakers. Well, I hope this guy's available next turn. I saw Lucy, I liked it as well. I always like those what the fuck movies that develop like that.
Greetings. You no doubt have a request, I'll hear it.
What the hey? What the fuck is that? Why the Boar Prince have so many armies? Why are they all in the Badlands? Getting that juicy wasteland real estate? The wasteland should be red for all these factions, dwarves included. Look at this! Golden Order is going into Badlands as well. What the... Wasteland should be red for everybody but the greenskins in this cave in here. Maybe Tomb Kings. Fucking hell, man. Climate is also one of the reasons why this area is so fucked. Look at this, it's full of non-greenskins.
Ah, to die in battle.
We'll recruit the 10 this turn.
Yes, for clan honor.
We're gonna have to go spy north.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
Tier 5 doesn't even matter, he just get more money. We'll get beer here on tier 4, so it's gonna be fine.
I am the Slayer King.
For the tier reload times. The whole climate system is messed up for a lot of factions. They force some kind of gameplay expansion directions with some factions, like for example Temperate and Temperate Island being two different climates. Greenskins are probably the worst regarding the climate system. They definitely have to revisit that and sort it out for some factions.
You are welcome here.
I find it a little hilarious how the chaotic wasteland is feels like it's more secure than the Badlands. When you know people are avoiding Badlands because basically the Greenskins wants you to come here, so they actually cause a mess. Instead, this is all free real estate for dwarves and even the Empire factions now. Sorry guys, Grimgor called. He said fuck CA. Did I add new rule? What do you mean, Loon?
Onward
By the king's command, Beijing belts.
Now we are recruiting units. We can only recruit one at a time.
The slayer in me seeks death.
Tis time.
That's a house rule we had. But since everybody around us it's our friend, it just make the campaign slower to finish. Not difficult. But it's supposed to make it more difficult. Well, just imagine an early game with that rule on top of something else. With some factions, it actually is quite a challenge.
Throng is mustered.
We just have to find the right mix.
Aye.
Right now, the order tide is just making the order factions trivial. You can literally just end turn until you you know, they win the game for you. Probably gonna just get the Ungrim's army going and beeline for Wolfwalkers before they start confederating.
Anad.
What orders?
Looks like Clan Mulder actually went from one settlement to several settlements. Yeah. Wolfric is not doing good yet, so we could still rush him.
Yes. To war. I must fulfill my Slayer oath. What do you guys think about this campaign so far? It is time.
Resident Sleeper. I mean, it's yeah, we should have added some more stuff to it, Aram. But Aram, if you didn't get lucky with that ambush outside Kadrin, it would have been way more difficult with dealing with Red Eye to the point where they get beacons. Most exciting campaign in your opinion? 5-hit strategy and tons of fighting.
A wise plan.
As of right now, it's hard to say really. Most exciting campaign. Right now, I can't really tell you, Scotty, because the set of games is just shit. But if I had to pick one faction, I don't know. Clone Pestilence. It's Lastria. Lastria is the only really exciting continent right now, which is a continent everybody hates. So, faction in Lastria. So, who did you not play in Lastria? Lastria, I feel like, is the only continent that's left out of this bullshit right now. Everything else is just bullshit right now. One way or the other.
Ready. I am Iron Fist. Some call me a king.
They still have 2 capitals. Yeah, it's like the biggest excitement we had this year was the Takeless campaign. It was a special campaign. But it's hilarious that for us to get a challenge and we get an exciting campaign, I mean this has to happen. Like, let me show you. So this is the last exciting campaign, $840. Because it was so unpredictable and people, you know, just going on crazy on it. But it's, you know, it's Twitch. $804 to get a difficult campaign. Otherwise, just shooting yourself in the foot and forcing things, unless you set the rules ahead. Carcassonne campaign was alright as well. But that one was even worse, $1,000. It was, you know, people donating to sabotage the campaign. That's the special campaign. How do you do it outside the nations without getting out of control, spammy? Even doing it through the channel points, there's so many people with channel points, it would get out of control. So the nations is the only way to sabotage a campaign that it doesn't get out of control, for most part. And you know, you kind of fits on the Twitch, but that's why we limit those campaigns like once every 3 months. Those are kind of like sellout campaigns. You guys sabotage campaign, you actually make it, you know, lose and you get another campaign.
Move.
He actually confederated Strogan. There's 4 settlements now. We're probably gonna take all this area and then we're just gonna have to go raise everything. There's gonna be the next special campaign the start of next month. I said it's gonna be one every 3 months, every quarter. With exclamation mark special. That Chaos campaign was a little bit different. It was like much like a test. More like a test.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
Got then.
Well, I can see how you can see it like that, Sir Ulti.
Ready.
You know, Sir Ulti, not until I was just eating lunch, got kind of desire to play a little bit more Skyrim. Hope that save is still there. That orc. At least for another hour.
I am the Slayer King.
I think it should be there, right? This is what we're gonna be in after this campaign ends. It's a request by Jenga X4 Foundations. I might need to get DLC for this though. I'm not sure if you what's the DLC about. I'm not played the X games since X3. Why did I uninstall this? You know, like, you see what kind of predicament I am in here. At least it's only 12 gigs and not 100 gigs. That orc should still be there. Encounter of Clan Morse, oh, that's good.
Onward!
17 settlements? What the what the hell? How did they get 17 settlements? Did they confederate somebody? Looks like the dwarf war machine is just deleting everything.
Hands up for the naked orc blacksmith.
What the hell?
What?
We should declare war on these guys, so pull Karak and Zubar into war with them. I don't want to see another Skaven Dwarf alliance.
Clan Mors is mighty. You are not.
Okay. We got our allies into war against them. We don't want Karak Mors to ally with Karak as Karak. Okay. There's like 10 armies down there, so this guy's gonna have fun, right? Got another organ gun. We'll keep this artillery composition and get another iron breaker. It's slow because we're limited to 1 unit per turn, so how soon we have.
By the comet. Ha ha! Forward!
I'm going to probably beeline on the World Walkers. Give me another Iron Warden's Wardstone.
To die in battle.
Yeah, looks like their interface is glitched, the Forge. You know when they half-ass something in the game and then every time they update the game, like a couple of things disappear, like font here get changed and text here disappears, all of a sudden the icons will go all wrong. This is what's going to happen to the Forge. This is what's happening to the Forge. It's starting to break. There's missing text, missing icons, missing... it's starting to break. You know what that means, Bumble? I'm embrace. Another dwarf update, Kappa. Probably gonna last this for a while. This is actually not bad at this turn. 132. It's the highest we could get, right? Dwarves have a mount, but it's only usable by the Rune Lord. It's
Iron Fist.
it's the Anvil or the Throne.
Welcome here. Welcome to my throng. I grow restless.
The axe thirsts for war. My axe thirsts for war. For the wisdom of the layer. What?
Looks like Zubar outnumbers Clanation 2 to 1. That's 7 settlements, huh? they actually surprises one of their armies.
Anat.
King's command.
Hey, Rubio. It's book and not brace. That was a very low chance to fail. Hands up.
All right. By Sigmar's will.
Nice direction war with Norska, that's very good.
Empire's blessings, yes.
They're just belonging for Norska while not fighting the Empire. Oh, that's gonna make things very convenient.
Onward. The Vals will be satisfied with this.
Mannerheim is going for my woodwalkers, so they're getting bigger now. Okay. And our land went to war with a bunch of factions. Marienburg is now at war with them as well, so they might actually fight them instead, not Norska. So woodwalkers went up from 2 settlements to 14 settlements, and we have to destroy them. I'm having this memory coming back to me right now, like us running to Norska territories and raising settlements. I think that was actually the last, or second to last Karak campaign. The best thing is, you can't even finish the campaign with the Arcane. It's at least another 70 turns. What to do, what to do.
Machines and then sorceries.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 armies. Zubar, Jesus. How the fuck can they recruit 8 armies with 7 settlements? Shit makes no sense.
It is time.
So the Empire has taken the Midland by force. Reichland it is. What are you talking about? Dwarf war is supposed to be cheaper than Skaven slaves. Yeah, true that. Somebody told me once in the chat that the Skaven outnumber all other races combined. Yet in the game, dwarves outnumber Skaven 2 to 1 nearly every time.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
Okay, the Slayer strong moves.
The Slayer throng moves.
I don't know, Rubio. When you say it like that, dying days, by the way, always makes me laugh or chuckle.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 armies? Oh, 8 armies, 9. Okay, that makes sense. 10. Okay, that sounds about right. 10 armies. 10 armies of Karak with 19 settlements. 8 armies of Zubar with 7 settlements. God forbid if they could confederate.
That way from another hole.
This shit is so busted. It's an English problem. The dwarves aren't dying. They make everything else dying. They are the race dying everyone else. Maybe lost in translation, yeah. It's almost like they patched the old version of the game when they patched a while ago. It feels like that because they fixed this soon after the Mortal Empress got released. It does feel like they all patched the old version of the game again.
Ah, to die in battle. Moving.
If we take help pit, we do help Kislev. They might actually help with Norska, so it makes sense to go for Clan Molder before they get out of control here and eliminate somehow Kislev.
By Sigma's will.
They're taking for Jacobo from Kislev, scumbags, and we can't trade with Kislev. Stuff like this should also be changed. They should not just rushing to take Friddlestead like that. They should need to put into consideration of the other factions. This belonged to other factions before. Factions have been friends, not everybody being a scumbag that ruined Valor. Pretty sure if they want to torture somebody these days, they just let them play a Chaos faction and go destroy the Empire. It's a special type of torture with all the Veka mauling, ruined Valing.
You summoned me. Arcane winds under control.
I trust no man.
Beta test patch was the game's best version. Oh, brother. No one plays this game anymore. It's only Elite, huh?
I am Iron Fist. Some call me a king. You all...
Buck. I don't even seen this name before when I was Game Lord. Where was he? It's a really shame that we can't trade with Kislekas for Jakova bullshit here. That's why you should not need a capital to capital connection for trade, it makes no sense. This ruined dwelling just enhances the problem.
For clan honor. Onward.
You summoned me. Aye. Yes, my oath is intact. Aye, I'll move.
The Tsarina empowers me.
Refused. The nation calls.
So it looks like Kislev is getting slowly diminished by both to that Norska faction and these Reds. Well, you're not the only one, Rubio. Not the only one. That's the usual problem when there are some problems or people don't know what to do. This campaign is gonna be pretty chill, even if it's gonna be Resident Sleeper.
Greetings. You know Delta?
Onward! The runes are ready.
What?
Where are you going, friend? Will you do it, Rubio, or should I? We're champ. God damn.
Aye. Let's hear what you have to say.
If I save enough money, we might actually buy the Confederation. Zubar. They're getting out of control. At this point, it doesn't even worth to confederate them anymore. Kislev lost all military and Incarnation is almost dead.
The throng is mustered.
At least I get ice cold beer here.
Greetings. You no doubt have a request, I'll hear it.
Is that the boss we have to clear the garage for? No, he actually got defeated already, huh? So this is some random guy. With a bunch of units in one turn. I need to save Kislev from the rats. Sounds like a dwarf thing to do.
I am the Slayer King.
Don't you dare retreat in the other direction.
Karak Kadrin attacks! Seek our doom.
You know nothing.
There's got a bunch of horses, huh?
Ready to battle!
Army on the left, army on the right, 50-50. Thank God when I was dropping into a coma here. We'll put some attack on 38 for Slayers don't need attack, just put in the arm breakers. Yeah, boys, the fights they exist in this game. You just select your army and right click win the battles.
Yes! Iron breakers! For the ancestors! Slayers!
They have the horsemen, but we have artillery and the crossers to counter them. Is this Skyrim? The Skyrim actually installed. Is my save still there? Let me check. Oh shit! It's have to detect the settings, ultra quality, window borderless mode. Oh god, I hope my save is still there. I'm gonna be sad if it's not. Yes! It's here! Ukurat is here. He's here. I'm so happy right now. We can play 1 more hour of Skyrim.
unite! Show us the target, Lord!
Iron breakers!
Hands up if you guys want to see more Skyrim. Of course, we would like to see more exciting Total War stuff, but right now it's hard to be excited in Total War.
The vengeance begin!
The clans unite!
Ruby, you're not spamming!
I'm guild approved! For the High King!
I miss Heimskir. It's like, you know, when I go on a lunch and I don't see that beautiful man voice, hear it, it feels like something is missing. Guys, stop spamming. It's like people gonna miss. We have 300 view bots here, whatever they call those things that feed views.
Slayers!
Not everyone knows that over 60% of each channel are lurkers.
I'll do it!
How does this one didn't get buffed?
There's nothing I can't fix! Obey me! Pump those dwarven legs!
The Fallout 4 will continue as well.
We demand blood!
I remember when I started, we started doing Warhammer 2, there was like 700 viewers. Then some random jelly unknown streamers who came to my channel would say, "Nice viewboarding, guy, sir, nice viewboarding." And then everybody would wake up. King Roman is here! People are wondering if you're still alive, King Roman.
Organ gunner! For the colors and core!
Let's face with the shields here. I'm, you know, I'm glad at least this time Booker and Shit Wizard can't complain we don't have any cannons in the army. Because every time when I'm considering which artillery to get, you know, I remember, oh man, people are only gonna say no cannon, boring streamer. Yes, guys, I don't mind either way, really. And I get bone alert from cannons and from organ guns. Maturing to lurker getting old, yeah. Well, at least I hope at least you're gonna be here when we play Cyberpunk in a couple of months. I'm gonna be playing a girl with all sorts of enhancements. I mean augments. They called augments.
Bring utter ruin on them all! The axe of Dargo fists! Slay the Oathbreakers! Oh! Plow through! Obey me! Slayers! Range far, range fast!
Holy shit, the Slayer King deleted that guy like he was nothing. You seen that shit? Click, 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 dead. Red Ruin against a large target, OP.
Slayers! No!
Don't even need Slayers in his bell.
Thunderers! Let the vengeance begin! Dwarf honor is at stake! Hold those dwarven lads!
Fallout 76 when? Well, you have the power to request it, King Roman. Why don't you?
War of vengeance! Fire!
Only have 9 men in the months.
Quadralets! Charge! Yes, laddie!
Jenga did request X4 foundations, but he did say that we can play it whenever. But it will be definitely this month. So if Roman request followed 76, it's like all of a sudden we have things to click. And not just this campaign, click, 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 Resident Sleeper.
I am the Slayer King. Yes, my oath is intact.
If they besiege this, I'll attack them.
Let the bell scream, scream.
Well, if you're serious about requesting Fallout 76, send the game and we'll do it. I'll even let you pick the time. For at least one stream. But I have a feeling we're gonna play more than one.
Ready. I'm moving. By the king's command, a wise plan.
Yes.
Ah, grey harbinger of doom.
So tomorrow or in 2 days. King Roman has 9 monthly quests. Yes! 8 left! It's much less League of Legends in the future then. We got him, boys. Down to 8. One of those random months he has is from the days we had fun for the chair. You know, Roman, you requesting a game makes me very happy. Always happy to please old sugar daddy. Come on, man! What the fuck? How can you just click that and take it? Those bastards.
My vows will be satisfied with this.
No siege or anything, there's like 9 units. You guys seen that shit?
Moving.
Moving.
Crazy.
What the fuck? This year, King Roman top sub gifter, top cheerer, and top donator every month may get 1 man a month. So there are 3 every month. You can see the status on the other 2 on the top of the channel, of course.
Onward.
Gonna declare war here. Can we actually get alliance with the Empire before we do?
Be at peace, for that is all I ever want.
They're already fighting Norska, that's actually fine. No, we don't want to do that. We actually want them to fight Norska. Declare war on Clan Molder.
The musk of fear things. You know the power.
So Roman, tomorrow around this time we'll be doing Fallout 76. Maybe even an hour before.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
We'll be fighting Clan Molder now, and we should get probably second army. I'll try to make sure Kissel gets some of these territories back. After we're probably almost done with Karak for tonight. I wanna play some Skyrim. For some reason, I wanted to play some more Skyrim during lunch.
They have wronged us. Is a reckoning.
Fallout 4, Skyrim, Fallout 76, we're turning into Bethesda stream here, boys. There'll be X4 as well. But definitely check out X4 and play it. I feel like we might play that game for more than a couple of streams. If it's good. Soon as well. And there's also a Porum. Feels good, man. I don't think it's this beer. It's actually looks good. Looks good. Thank you guys. All the feeling much better. Warzone? What's Warzone?
They have wronged us. Slayers.
Gotta take care of the Slayers.
Vengeance.
Battle Royale for adults. No, that was PUBG. Oh, that's a Battle Royale for the Chinese, my bad. So, it's just called Warzone?
The next kill is ours. Stop.
Call of Duty.
To the terrors and cure.
I haven't played Call of Duty games since Call of Duty 2.
That'll do. Thy doom approaches.
it's free.
Vengeance!
What? Killed 6 Slayer on contact. Damn.
Holding ammunition! Holding ammunition!
What do you think about Escape from Tarkov, King Roman? Did you watch any of that game? Oh, the Slayer is dying in battle, it's pretty much what I do. Even if we lose most of them, they'll still easily replenish.
Fight! Slay the Oathbreakers!
They don't have the war bombs here, so we can send the Oathbreakers forward.
They have wronged us!
Slayer still have to stay here to protect the artillery.
Rock out!
I think I seen Taramba play that Nordgard game. Didn't like seem like anything to me. Speaking of Taramba, where the hell is Taramba disappeared? Haven't seen Taramba or Fozzy in a while. Is he quarantine? Hope they didn't get the China virus, the Corona.
I am the Slayer King! Slayers! Dwarf honor is at stake! Kazuk! We're the ancestors! Ironbreakers! Attack the odds!
Smell musk of fear.
Yes!
How many do they have? What the hell?
Kazuk! Yes! Slayer King! Ironbreakers! Strike out! Down! Move now! Start climbing! Plow through! Pontos drop! Slayers!
King Roman says, case I don't go out anymore, I send one of my girls to pick up my groceries and my stuff from the stores. If I didn't work, I might have cabin fever by now. I've been in quarantine since the winter started, so I'm all good.
Climb! Start climbing! On my oath, they die!
I think by the end of this crisis I'm gonna be sick of McDonald's though. I'm gonna be sick of it.
Ironbreakers!
You don't count your practically vampire, yeah.
Nothing could stop us!
50-50.
God!
So I'm not very good bombardment artillery, but I think they're out of menace blow, so we can go shoot those range units.
Shoot the Wazuks! Kazuk! The Iron Fist speaks!
I had actually a normal lunch today after a while. Some rice, peas, pork steak and lettuce salad with vinegar. All the secret McDonald's really.
Shameful display.
Pick your targets well! Quarrelers!
Well, it's like nice, you know, to order like maybe like once a week, but when you have to eat it like 3 times a week, damn.
Pump those dwarven legs!
Well, just imagine if the takeout didn't work, how much more people would be going to the supermarket. There's a reason they still have permission to work. The kebab shops which I usually order from, they're so overwhelmed that I can't even ever get a kebab. It's like, it's gonna be 50-50 I'm gonna get a kebab or not if I order it. So McDonald's, they always accept deliveries. But that's why it was McDonald's the primary one.
Iron breakers!
In Croatia, these people have permission to work, and they actually help for Christ, if you ask me.
Iron breakers! Valea, bless our aid! Off we go! Pump those dwarven legs! Reach fast!
Drama had bad news in his family, announcing on YouTube he'll be back. Damn.
Iron breakers! They have wronged us! Iron breakers! We are relentless!
When we started with the quarantine in like the first week or two, half the time in the stores there was no meat. So takeout became natural. And the funny thing is, buying food in store or just eating takeout all here for our family is almost the same cost. It's a little bit ridiculous. Except making a lunch, you might get 2 meals out of it, so you have leftovers.
Plow through! Iron breakers! Quarrelers! For the Karak! Take them! The clans unite!
We need to bring down the... Oh, we can't even go there. That's really bad, actually. If they got those guys gonna get wrecked by that. We should just disengage here. Don't want the warfire throwers to kill the arm breakers.
Quarrelers! Get moving! Pump those dwarven legs! It is a reckoning! Iron breakers!
But things are starting to go almost back to normal here in Croatia regarding Corona crisis. They're lifting over the quarantine in stages in the next few weeks.
Warriors! Strike out! Take them down!
Keep in mind, Croatia is a small country. We maybe had like a total of 2,500 plus infected. Mortality rate under 2% on it from it.
Vengeance for the ancestor gods.
It's in the old prices. I read about it.
Quarrelers! Strike out!
Croatia was pretty fast to quarantine and isolate. Among the first countries in the world. Pay me to take your oil. What the fuck is going up with that? Can it really be because of the crisis? Or is the Russians and the Arabs to blame? I don't get it. Price war. So the supply, yeah, because there's no demand. Yeah. Inside the war with Clan Molder, we'll be pushing them until they're destroyed. And after that, we are going to be finding Norska, Woldwalkers, pushing them until they're destroyed. And then we just AFK, click, 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 defeat Arcan and short campaign victory. That's the goal for this campaign.
You have it. Not for long. We will fight for you. Very loyal.
Now we'll be getting another army.
Spare us. Yes, yes.
I grow restless.
The toilet paper was in Croatia too? No, not really, no. There's definitely some lack of toilet paper in the stores for a few days in the week, but the stores put the crazy amounts of toilet paper in it, so people even stop buying too much as well. Hysteria stopped when they seen there's full stores of toilet paper. So there is no Skaven here. Making sure if that's an oversight. These two skills are nothing special, but he's already very strong at fighting. Having kept the Planishment Slayers is very good. Since we're using 4 Slayers in the army. Thoughts? We're expecting a new High Elf faction with new High Elf units. New Greenskin faction playable both Night of Vortex and Mortal Empires. Azak being moved here, maybe with some new regions here. And of course, we expect a miracle for the Greenskins. Otherwise, we have our Kekvis ready.
By the king's command, it is agreed.
It looks like Marienburg is started attacking this area as well, which is very good.
You summoned me. Got men.
We should get Should Wizards army going. Let's start by recruiting one Brimstone gun. It's gonna take quite a bit of time to recruit that army though, but we are in no rush. This campaign, we have to wait for the Arcane anyways. There's nothing to do.
Armed and ready.
We'll get like a standard army here. Very versatile. Leonidas is gonna hit tier 5.
Onward!
I think a lot of people have complained about the dwarves being busted, so they might do something about it. I did get this post on Reddit in that topic, and let's see if I get any response there. I didn't read the whole topic, but I feel like the other people have been complaining about dwarves as well. Okay, this is what I said in that channel. Dwarf beards have gone wild since Emperor Undivided out. Is there any taming planned? Rich ACA says that's what home working will do to you. God damn it, man. It's like they joke about this shit. They know this shit is going on, so hopefully they're gonna fix this. Okay, this is gonna be it, boys, for Karak today. We are playing this campaign until short campaign victory, which means fighting Clan Molder, fighting Woolwalkers, and then fighting some Chaos. And it's gonna be pretty much cruise campaign, just chilling and building, and hopefully some chat. I'll be back shortly with some Skyrim. There's some Fallout 4 planned as well. Tomorrow Fallout 76 after Kadrin early. And also there'll be X4 Foundations. Those both games requested by the people who went the month, Jenga and King Roman. I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes. We'll go continue with Ukurats.